Hey there, folks. I missed that there's a battle going on right now. Battle 36 is ongoing and has new targets unlocking in 6 days. I missed the first several weeks, but I went ahead and attacked a few today, and I'll do some more and more tuning on those. I guess I've not submitted all of them. No, I have submitted solution for all of them, just a terrible one for this one. And I'm ranked 13, which I'm happy about. Well, hopefully, that probably will be where I land, somewhere in the 30 range. Usually is typical, but for now I'm 13. Let's do today's daily target. Today's daily. That's what I wanted to do. Daily target. Here we got a little dude. Look at this little dude. Okay. How do we make this little dude? The thing I see is that this line, the line between this curve and this, so if we have an individual element, all right, today, it's all background. That's what I want to do today. Is that a good idea? I don't know. But I do enjoy doing things that way. So what do we need to do that? We need to do, I'll set green and then use margins to alter the body. 60, 70, 80, 76, 77. That looks right. And 80, 120, 22. All right. So that's already not terrible. And then what should we do first? How about eyeballs? Let's do eyeballs first. Radial gradient. And that's a circle. Actually, just go ahead and do the 1Q technique. 1Q. And then white. And we don't need all 6 characters of that. And how wide is this? This gets a little tricky. 170 to 186. Does that mean it's 8 pixels wide? Let's find out. And then transparent. There's an eyeball. Okay, so we put it at 0, which is what we've got right now, and we set a width, 40 pixels, or even better, 50%. How about smaller, 40%? 40 pixels. So we might have a problem. 20 pixels, 30, 20, 30, and then we do minus. How about minus for the y-axis? So minus 10 pixels, 20. Ah, well, look at that. So see that diff? See how that's a moon-shaped diff? I think that means that we're smaller. We need to be 17, 8, 9, 8, 7.5. Could be right. Is it likely? No, maybe not. How about 31? 30.5. 21.5. Already, oh, there we go. So we got some half pixels going on there. That makes it, not the best. That's all right. It does make me think that the right way to do this is not quite that. Because we're going to need to cover it up, right? We're going to need to cover those guys up. So if that's the case, how would we do that? All right. So we get the eyeballs first. Let's create a cover with a conic gradient. This is not the optimal way to do this, but you knew that already. That is not going to stop me from doing it this way. So already we see the technique. I'm going to put green on the background here. And then if I move that so that kind of covers things, but really that's not great. How about so here's what I want to do. At 10%, comma. Yeah, so we want to do at, so let's fix that. Plunk. And then at 10 pixels, 20 pixels, and then what, 40 pixels? 50? 51? Ooh. This is, we're seeing that this is a problematic way to do this. 1 and 2, like we're already, the thing that I'm trying to do to cover up these circles is not working. So maybe this is all terrible idea. Do 0 and then kind of, maybe, or not really. All right, we'll follow it through. We're going to follow it through. Radial gradient, 1Q, this color green, 50 pixels, transparent. There's our little circle. And then we move them up. We do 0, minus 10 pixels, minus 15 pixels, there it is. And then I'm going to put a background color behind the whole thing, red. So that's what's left over. So what's next? Makes me want to do a layer that's just a fixed layer. Linear gradient. Linear gradient. That's this yellow. And that's not low enough, is it? We want to go a little higher. 40. How about 38? 37, 36. 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. Okay. Next, energy transparent. And then put the green in, and here's where we left. So notice that little edge there. So that doesn't help. That means that this guy is too low. Yeah, and that means that our eyeballs just are terrible. Our eyeball technique is no good because of the way that it's going there. All right, so we don't do that. Okay, so we don't want the conic gradient. That's fine. And we're going to make this eyeball a variable. E is this guy, and just the eye. And I'm going to do var E, and I need 2 of them. And I'll go ahead and plop 2 of them in. We're going to go, what, minus 10 pixels, minus 20 pixels, and then 20 pixels, or 10 pixels, minus 20 pixels. This would be, it'd have been really good if I'd remember what those numbers were, but I didn't. 2, there it is. 20.5, is that right? Terrible, terrible. Making a mess of it. Okay. Oh, terrible. Not great. Not great. All right. But we're gonna keep at it. I kind of my spirit is not totally with this right now. Not a good sign for the solution. But like I said, I wanted to do it as all gradients, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go gradient, circle, and then green. And then we're gonna move that over. Minus, actually I can do an at there. Okay. Actually, I can put him up front. Put comma. So let's see, where's he go? Where's he go? Where's he go? 21. This is not a great video. Sorry about that. 20. There we go. Okay, so 20, 70, and then let's set a width. Set 0, 0. And 40 pixels height. No, 80 pixels height. Oh. Okay. The height is the circles are 70 pixels, so it would be like 100. No, I got this wrong. I got this very wrong. Let's fix this. Oh, what a mess. I am not happy. All right, let's really get this right. This at is what's screwing me up, and the complexity is such. So there we go. So here's what this is what I'm trying to do. 45. Okay, so there's one. Almost. So I need it to be wider. How about 100 pixels? And then shift. There we go. So that's what I was trying to do. Not very well. And just, you know, I know this is not going to be the most efficient way to do this, and so I'm sort of in the giving it up phase. How about minus 45? Okay, and how about 0? 2, 3 pixels, 4, 5. All right. Yeah, this is not great, is it? Oh man. Okay. So I'm gonna put a background on the rest of this. What's left behind? So it's that. What's left behind? So for that, I believe I can do a 90-degree linear gradient. transparent. Oh, and I need the 90 degrees, so coming in from the side, 90 degrees. Green. And then transparent. I'm just barreling through. 120. All right, let's submit that. I don't think it's 100% because of the eyes, but it's close. 99.9%, not a surprise. All right, minus 20 pixels. 21 pixels. 19 pixels. 19.5 pixels. 20, 20.5. There it is. So those are the numbers. 20.5. Oh, maybe not. There we go. Am I proud of this solution? Kind of. That's 100% match. All right. I feel like I'm in a weird position. Sorry about that. Okay. So let's minify and unit replace, and then we're going to just start this over from scratch because this is a mess. It's a mess, and I don't love it. Let's just say that. All right. Now we'll go blank template and keep it simple. So we want an element like that. And I think we know the border radius is what? 20 pixels. His height is like 40. And then his margins are some amount. And let's put an actual color on the background that is meaningful. And more margin, 90, 110, 120, 130, 140, 35, 122 probably. There we go. And if I set this to be what, 0, I can do another one. Oh, if I set this to be minus 135. Oh, 135. Then I get 2 of them. Okay. And then for the background, we'll do a radial gradient. One Q, green, and then actually the yellow is just fine. $30 pixels, 0, 40, 50, and then we need to move that up. 0 minus 20 pixels, 25, 15. There we go. And that's how we get that guy. Okay, so we need the eyeballs. The eyeballs is the next thing we need. And that's going to be PE. And PE, I don't know what's going on with my full screen. Sorry about that. E for eyeball. It has a background of white. And we can't use the element, the existing elements for the back, or can we? Actually, can we? No, we would need it because they overlap. The body is partly under that eyeball, and then the paragraph tag is partly under that eyeball, and that's no good. That's not going to work for us. Okay, margin. So height is going to be lower. Everything we know is at 20, and our margin is like minus 40, 200, or 180. 0. All right, let's get this right. And I'm going to unset the border radius. And actually, we're going to set this to 0 for the time being, because all we care about now is can we get it to exactly the right level. So 3 minus 30 is 20. Oh, that's not working. Why isn't that working? I don't know why that's not working. I mean, but that's my guy. 0, 0, 0. Ah, that's why it's not working. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 3, 42. Okay, and then the height, 10. 12, 13, 14, 15. Great. Six, 65. And let's reset that. There it is. So there's your eyeball. And we're going to go ahead and do the var thing. I know sometimes it's less efficient. I don't care. It's easier to read and understand for me. I like that a lot better. All right, there, and then the background, we'll do var is there as well. Var p, plunk, -b, and then our margin, we will do the same thing, var. Okay. I kind of want to do another eyeball, but why do that when I can do a box shadow? 0, or no, 50 pixels, 0, white, and there's my eyeball. Yeah, that's better. 4. It's interesting, the half pixels that we needed to make the backgrounds work, I guess because they're odd widths. That's 100% match, and so we'll take it. Let's see, we can do compute junk like 1 inch rather than 20 pixels. Other than that, I kind of don't. There's nothing here that I really want to alter very much. Minify, unit replace, and submit that, and that's our finish, I think. Anything else I want to do? Not really today. Maybe I'll do the ampersand. But yeah, that's a fun little guy, and clearly, for discrete shapes like this, elements are simpler to work with. Move bigger, add some radius, put them into place, use margins to move around. Great. Box shadows work great to make duplicates of things. I could have done this as a box shadow. It's got different proportions and different color. If I set color, maybe I get some wind there, but I don't know. There's a lot of different things you could do to tweak and change and alter. But I'm happy with that solution. Any other things we can do? I guess that's it. It's the weekend. It's still the weekend for, I think, the whole planet. And we'll see what next week brings. Next week it'll be Comic-Con. I probably won't be doing these videos on quite as timely basis during San Diego Comic-Con, but I will be posting videos. If I go a few days without, I hope you'll forgive me. I will eventually get to them, even if I have to call them the retro CSS battles. Life happens, and you got to give yourself permission to do the other stuff you like to do, and not just feed a YouTube algorithm. And like I always say, don't subscribe. There's no need. That's not what the web is great at. Sticking you and keeping you inside YouTube. As much as YouTube has great stuff on it, really the open web is a lot better stuff going on. All right. Have a great day. Bye-bye.